My name is Seth K Bani, and today I'm going to show you how to design this.
Alright guys, so step with me into Photoshop and then Control Earn. So we are going to use 1500 pixels, 1500 pixels, 72 pixels per inch, pixels here, and then let's call it rental. In fact, let's call it car rental flyer, RGB color 8-bit, and then create. I also start with my lines. If your lines are not showing, just click on Ctrl Alt, they will pop up, and then you drag it over there. Okay, so let's go pick our rectangular tool, and then somewhere around here just drag it down. Double click here and then select this particular color. So this is the color that we are going to use. You can pick any color and then work with, but this is the color that we are going to use. Also, we are going to type here, and then let's pick our rental, paste it there, drag it on top, come pick this particular color as well. We're going to use railway. Let's set it to black. Let's set the size to 385. Make sure the italics is off, make it bold over here, and also make it capital letters over here as well. And now let's drag it somewhere here. Okay, let's drag everything down a little bit. Alright, so around this space is good. So now let's bring our root, drag it in there, and just release it, and then resize it. You can always come back and work on it. Let's give it a mask. Pick our brush, make sure our caps lock is also off, clean here. If it's not cleaning, make sure here is black, and then click here. Also clean this side. Now we would always be able to resize it or re-edit it depending on how we want it. So let's also give it a color balance and then clip it to it. The color theme needs to also match, and so we need to do a little adjustment over here. Remember, you're using the mid-tones, right? So leave the red at, let's push it, let's see, set it to 100%, and then let's bring the magenta to -15 will do, -15. Also, let's set the yellow to -71, so that way it looks a little bit orange, and that's how we want it to be. Let's put everything in a folder and then call it BG. Now let's start with our cars. So let's bring our cars in there. Let's bring this one, drag it in there. Alright, let's bring in the other one as well. Okay, now let's go back for the root, and let's move the root down. Great. Let's pick both the root and then 1, 2. Let's drag them up. Nice. Now let's close the BG. Let's put this and this in a folder, and let's call it, let's name it cars. But then for the car, let's give it level, just to make it more contrast. Let's make here 1.6, and then let's make here 0.89. Let's see. This is good. I like this one. And also, let's start with the text over here and pick. We provide the best car for all occasions. Type it there. And then let's change the font size to 58. Also, let's set it to black here. We are using railway here. Let's set it to color white so we can see it clearly. Set the leading to 65. Make sure this is also clicked, and then let's center align it. It's also very important we keep the road over here center aligned. At least it needs to appear so. So let's put it in the middle of the exactly. This is cool now. Just type here and then pick the rest of the details. Let's pick Aston Martin. We are still using railway, but then we are going to change this to light, and then we're going to set the font size to 35. Then we're going to leave the rest like this. Drag it up around here. Hold shift and then just create a small circle like this with the ellipse to change it to color white, and then just move it somewhere here. You want it to be in the middle of the Aston, somewhere here. Then put it in the folder, and then let's call it 1. Now duplicate it, Ctrl J to duplicate it, and then just drag it to this side. You don't want it to go too much. Okay. Open it. Click on it once. Click over here. Go here and make sure this is what is selected. And then drag it like that. Now come and pick the rest of the details. Let's pick Rolls Royce. Okay. Name it 2. Duplicate it and then drag it like that. Alright, so now that we are done with these for now, let's center align them. Pick 4, duplicate it and drag it somewhere here. Let's call it 5. Let's pick Infinity Q60. Let's duplicate it. Call it 6. Hold shift and then just drag it to the other side. Now let's 1, 2, 3. Let's center align it. Alright, then let's type our telephone number here. Pick this and paste it there. Go to character. With this one we are going to still use railway, but then we are going to change it from light to medium, and then let's leave it like this. Also leave it at white, but the font size, let's choose 68. Make it quite bigger. Alright. As well, center align. Drag it somewhere here. And then pick our rectangular tool. I think there's too much pressure on my face or my Photoshop is beginning to lag. Alright, so like this. Let's also make sure it's center aligned. Nice. Drag it down. Double click it. We want to use a color that is similar to black, but it's not black. So let's use 0D. 0D. 0D is closer to black. We don't want it too black. Click on OK. Then let's pick our last detail. Click on your text to type, and then let's paste it. As usual, we are still using railway. It looks like we are using railway throughout. We want to keep it too formal today, and so railway we are using medium. We are setting the font size to 35, and then let's make sure this one is off, but then let's make it italics, and then let's center align it. Let's see the entire composition. Okay, so let's go back to our BG background. Let's go to the let's choose our brush to make sure the caps lock is off, and let's clean around it a little bit. Okay, we have more space there. Let's drag the reprovide up. Let's drag it up. Nice. Now let's drag one to this. Let's drag it also up. I think I like the space here. Let's drag our telephone. Let's drag the telephone number here. The telephone and then the rectangle, the two. Let's drag it up. And then let's drag this also up. Now do you see what I just did? Let me zoom in so I see it clearly. Okay, so what I just did is I made sure this size over here, the space over here is almost the same space over here, at least closer to the eyes. Okay, and then if possible you could also keep this as the same, but I want this one to be closer. Okay, so still works perfectly well. Let's give it one more gradient map just to make it more realistic. So let's choose 29 0A 59 just to make it more realistic, and then let's set the color here to FF7 C00. Let's set it to soft light, let's see, and let's set the opacity to 50%. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you create this simple flyer. Please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel as well, so that you can receive every uploads that I send from time to time. I also will really appreciate it if you like this video, and then also comment down below as well. I love you all guys. See you in the next tutorial. Peace.